From Toy Story to The Incredibles, Pixar tells amazing stories full of career and life advice. In 2011, Pixar storyboard artist Emma Coates revealed her top 22 secrets for telling amazing stories. And what's super interesting is just how much overlap there is on how to make great career decisions. In this video, I'm going to share my top 5 crossover tips from Emma so that you can use the magic of Pixar to unlock great career decisions for you. The first tip from Pixar's Emma Coates is to pull apart the stories you like. What you like in them is a part of you. You've got to recognize it before you can use it. We can substitute stories for activities, projects, anything you do, and you're looking for why you like what you do. I reckon 90% of making good career decisions is about being a good noticer of things. From noticing why you like something, you can get to the core underlying reason, which is useful because from that point, new ideas can then emerge that connect to what you care about. So pull apart the stories you like. The second crossover tip from Pixar's Emma Coates that applies massively to good career decision making is to come up with your ending before you figure out your middle. In storytelling, knowing the ending means you can write the middle to get you to that end point, and career thinking is no different. Have a vision for what you might want your life to look like in 5, 10, 20 years and work back from there. So how do you come up with that vision? Well, start to think of the rough shape of the life you want. Things that have to be there for you to be feeling good. To help you get to those things, I recommend asking yourself these 3 questions. What's going on in that life? Who's around you? What are your absolute non-negotiables for a happy vision? And once those things start to assume a shape, you can draw a line from that future point to where you are now to see what might need to happen in between. Now, speaking personally for a moment, I always had an end goal of doing work I found meaningful, maybe in the education sector. I also wanted to buy my own place, and since education doesn't pay a whole load, unfortunately, I figured I should prioritise well-paying work first. Working back from those 2 points helped massively. As did a healthy slice of luck, of course. I landed a role in investment banking, saved, got my own place, which meant I could then switch to meaningful work. I now work at the University of Cambridge as a careers consultant, and I absolutely love it. Which brings me to the third of Pixar's Emma Coates storytelling/careers advice for finding work you love. When you're stuck, make a list of what wouldn't happen next. Lots of times the material to get you unstuck will show up. This is a great way to beat career decision paralysis. If you think about a character in a book or a film that you love, you instinctively know what they would not do because their character has been built up in a very specific way. You're no different. You can feel when something wouldn't be right for you. I recommend making a list of everything you don't want in a career. And weirdly, this is loads easier than a list of what you do want. Often what we want is at the complete opposite end of those things. So try it for yourself. You might be surprised at what you find. 4. You have to know for yourself. Story is testing. Good career decision making means testing the ideas you have to see if they actually work for you or not. And the best way of doing that is by actually experiencing the thing, whether through trials, work shadowing, internships. As scary as it can be to test our career ideas, because we might actually find out it's not for us and we might feel then we'd be back to square one, it's so much better to learn this sooner rather than later. So honor the ideas you have by holding them with a loose grip. And remember, no work is ever wasted. If it's not working, let go and move on. It'll come back round to be useful later. All the information you get, both positive and negative, will help you triangulate to make good career decisions for you. When I got made redundant from my first proper job after I graduated, it hurt. It hurt because I hadn't pursued the learning, the development, the projects that I knew that I wanted to do and that I would be able to show my ability at. Instead, I was super passive and just essentially did what I was told. I never got to be able to show my ability. And that was an incredibly useful lesson to learn so early on as well. It made me loads more vocal and active about going after work I enjoyed and that I could learn from. As the great jazz musician Miles Davis puts it, when you hit a wrong note, it's the next note that makes it good or bad. To To sum up, it's no surprise that so many of Pixar's rules for great storytelling overlap so heavily with how to make good career decisions. After all, both center the human experience and celebrate it. And from these, my career's crossover tips could be summarized as: notice what you like about things, plan backwards from your ideal future, figure out what you don't want to understand what you do want, test the career ideas you have, and all insights are good insights. You are never wasting your time thinking about this stuff. I totally believe that the 5 crossover tips I've shared in this video will go a massive long way to helping you make great career decisions for yourself. For the full list of Emma Coates' rules for storytelling, you can find a link in the description box below. And while you're down there, feel free to subscribe and let me know if you want more Pixar related careers advice by giving the video a thumbs up. Massive thanks to Emma and to Pixar, absolute superstars. And as for you, dear viewer, thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. I'll catch you next time.